factors, ladies and gentlemen, with Tamil Nadu. Annamalai casts his vote at Uttupatti, which is a small village in Karur. That's his birthplace, that's his hometown, but he's contesting from Coimbatore or Kovai. What are the factors, the X factors that could come into play in these elections in Tamil Nadu? Let's understand. First up, the Sanatana Rao Udayanidhi Stalin's controversial remarks, which will perhaps also set the entire debate platform ablaze, and two polarized positions that came with respect to Sanatan Dharma. The ideological battle between the DMK and the BJP, the DMK largely rationalists under the E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar influenced line or Periyarism, the BJP nationalists there and fiercely Hindutva driven. Prime Minister's South Southern. Now this is critical because the Prime Minister's forays have been unprecedented in 2024 itself. January to now about 8 visits. Visited Tamil Nadu at least 10 times in the last 4 months. So you include the final push that's come through, and with each rally, it's only increased the number of people who have turned out for his rallies, and he himself is very enthused. Launched a handle to promote speeches in Tamil that is AI driven. Of course, the initiatives over the last 2.5 years, if not more, in terms to promote the Tamil language, 17,300 crore worth projects that have come through for the state. That also is, and that's the Vikas push along with the Vishwas push. The BJP blaming the Congress DMK for ceding island. So the Kachativu issue, towards the coastal belt, the fishermen belt largely who have not voted for the BJP, who have somewhere been linked with the DMK, trying to wean them off in that coastal belt in coastal Tamil Nadu. The DMK denying giving away fishing rights. So the Kachativu Island became a big issue. Also statements that started doing the rounds again from Sri Lankan MP who turned around and said in 2009 Kanimori betrayed them. That was the ADMK pushing that. So everybody got into this state versus centre. The ongoing tussle between the government and the governor and policies of the DMK. The electoral bonds issue, will it resonate on ground? We'll have to wait and watch. And of course, the Supreme Court censure of the governor for withholding bills. So this is another dynamic where the DMK has gone to the people saying, see, this is what Modi is doing. And PM Modi, Annamalai have gone back to say, this is what the DMK is doing. Plenty of factors. We'll keep focused on Tamil Nadu. We've got Nistula Hebar and also Javed Ansari joining us now this morning along with Rahul Shivshankar and Zaka Jacob. But right now, it's Talaivar. You've got to make way for him. He's moved. He's just cast his ballot. He's speaking. Go across to Swastika there. He's just leaving. He's just stepped out of his residence. I'm just having my morning cup of black coffee as we speak on this continuous broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll try and go across to Swastika Das and see what Talaivar Rajnikant said. He has just left his home. He was supposed to leave anytime after 7:30, so he's left shortly after 8 a.m. and he is going straight to cast his ballot. Has he left gone with his wife, Mrs. Rajnikant, also part in the car on the other side? We'll try and get the details from Swastika. But he's somebody who's one of the first of the big stars, the mega stars, to go out and cast his vote and exercise his democratic right. Interestingly, Zaka, the Rajini Makkal Mandaram, which is a huge organization all across Tamil Nadu, is also working behind the shadows. For who, that is somebody's guess.
You know, it's interesting when she was alive. So Jayalalitha and Rajnikant, their homes are right next to each other. It's in the same locality and they vote in the same college, Stella Maris College in Chennai. So it was always his understanding that he would go out first. And then, you know, the press obviously wants to try and get whatever sound bites from him. He comes, he says what he says, then he leaves. So she only leaves her residence after he exits because obviously they don't want to share frames, right? They're two big stars. But anyway, now there is no Jayalalitha, there is MK Stalin and his family. They'll be casting their franchise in SIET College. This is Rajnikant at the Stella Maris College casting his franchise. He, of course, has, at least in this election, tried to remain politically neutral. Last election, before the assembly election, there was this whole buzz. He will, finally make the plunge into politics. But I think he's understood that maybe it's past his time. Maybe, he missed that bus. Maybe if he wanted to come into politics, he should have done it in the 90s. And also, actors who have in the last 20 years come into politics in Tamil Nadu have not seen that kind of success. Kamal Hassan did not see that kind of success. Vijay Kant saw limited success. So it's not that same generation of MGR and
Vijay
Jayalalitha.
this time. Even this time.
Vijay has thrown his hat in the ring. Let's see if it works or not. But Nistula, why is the BJP making such a concerted push for Tamil Nadu? It's not their strong suit.
No, but it is the last ideological fortress. You see, there were 2-3 places which are ideologically important for the BJP in terms of areas of the country. Jammu and Kashmir, India's only Muslim majority state. Then you have the entire northeast, a lot of it is Christian. And then there is this Dravidian ideology which, is talking about, the origins of this country and who are the original, inhabitants, etc. Rationalist movement, a very strong push against Brahminical Hinduism, etc. So there are these ideological flashpoints for the Sangh Parivar, and they feel that they have to prevail over there in order to make this a pan-Indian sort of ideology. When it comes to Tamil Nadu, the timing for them is good, better than ever that it used to be, because the two big iconoclasts, Mr. Karunanidhi and Jayalalitha, they have passed from the scene. They have second generation of their party leaders there. And therefore, there is an idea that there is an ingress. Secondly, BJP has found somebody like Annamalai, who's a non-Brahmin. Earlier, BJP was perceived as this very Brahminical upper caste party. And that is something that you need to shed in Tamil Nadu, definitely because of the demography and the population. You can't be kind of fighting a election in a state where, your perception is only appealing to, say, 1% of the vote. So all of these things decided that BJP would go, and most importantly in this specific election, the states that BJP is worried about is Bihar, is Maharashtra, and a little bit of Karnataka as well, because Congress is in power there, and where to make up seats. So you need to search for fresh ground.
Interestingly, in Annamalai's team, there are about 10 to 15 youngsters. All of them are from different caste backgrounds. None of them use their surname. So the entire team addresses themselves, introduces themselves only with their first name. And it was very interesting. I was waiting for him during the campaign time, and I was talking to a lot of people. So there are people with Telugu background, Andhra background, people from Kerala who are working here. There are people who have come from the US for the last 1.5 months who are doing the back-end work. There are people who are associated with the Rajni Makkal Mandaram who are part of that group. All of them introduce themselves with their first name. His own close team, PAs, associates,
yes,
everybody,
Anand,
all
sure
youngsters, a lot of youngsters. Everybody introduced. Some of them worked with the DMK in the past. Some of them worked with ADMK in the past. None of them introduce or talk about their caste background
of the
at all.
BJP's alliance partners, drawn from 8 different regions and different castes. So if you really break it down, even the BJP's alliances with all its alliance partners, of course, it this time has kept the ADMK at arm's length, at least the length of Annamalai's arm. But the point is that they have been very strategic to appeal to a broad spectrum.
Interestingly, ADMK this time allies with the IUML, allies with the SDPI, and you have the AIMI. All three of them are at loggerheads with each other. All three of them offering support to the ADMK
and
this time in Tamil Nadu.
Outfit also, I believe.
Yeah, Vijay Kant's outfit also, the DMDK also.
But Javed Ansari, again, I keep coming back to this 102 seats that are going to polls today, and all the focus seems to be on the 39
Zaka,
seats of
interrupting
Tamil
you, Harish is speaking to Annamalai Live.
India, that rising India, we are looking at 2047, 25-year target. We are looking at a very strong, prosperous India. For that, voting has to happen. People have to come out in large numbers. Nobody can escape their primary democratic responsibility, which is to come out and vote. We are extremely confident that Tamil Nadu this time you will see a record increase in percentage of voting, and especially in urban area, even in rural area, big increase in voting, because people want a change at the center. People want a change at the state. People want a continuity at the center.